the traditions.
There used to be a message board behind us here. You know, if you wanted to get a hold of somebody or if you needed a ride somewhere after the folk festival, you'd put a little note up on the board.
Well, I remember how tarp shuffle used to be, and really an accident waiting to happen.
I was the designated tarp runner for a lot of years. It was a blast.
I'd be standing in the main stage area and then you'd hear the, here they come, and then you hear the pump, 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 and they'd run through the little path in the forest, and it was just, it was fun, and I know people got hurt, but kids in Birkenstocks, it's amazing how fast they can run.
Various traditions have come and gone, and, some you're glad are gone, some you wish would stay.
In the 80s, it was totally different. There was no festival camping. There was a big field adjacent to the provincial park camping, and it was pretty much free-for-all. Giant fires and people driving their souped-up vans in.
The early years, when you'd come in, you would just pull. There was no food, so you brought your picnic cooler and possibly some beverages, and you just put it on your tarp.
The campsites were so much fun. I remember that as a young kid. We used to be on the overflow from the provincial camp, and it was called the overflow. This is before the festival camp. Then you'd have the long walk down the highway all the way down over here to the festival.
I always camped with a group that we called ourselves the Loon Ranch. We made a big flag, and it was the Loon Ranch in Exile was what our big, so we did a lot of creative art things. As we've gotten older, it's gotten so much nicer to just be able to drive up to a campsite and not have to wait in like 8 hours of lines to run your way across a field to find a tent spot.
We used to really love going to Pope's Hill and like watching the
Sunset, the drum circle at Pope's Hill. We used to roll down Pope's Hill, but I don't think people really do that anymore. Or maybe we just grew up. We haven't done that in a while.
I wanted to do a bit of a tribute to a character that was a part of the festival when I was growing up, who was the Bubble Man, was most people knew him as a kid. He had an ever more elaborate setup of bubble machines and fans and refill bubbles and a holster and a custom fabricated waist belt for the bubble juice and batteries and stuff. And he just had a constant Pied Piper trail of happy kids following him around. It was an incredible thing to have as part of my childhood growing up.
I think the big one that you really can't miss is at the end of Sunday when you're doing the final songs all together and closing out the festival. It's really an emotional time, singing the same songs that you've been singing together every year, and knowing that the weekend is done and you'd have to wait another year.
The Wild Mountain Time, Mary Ellen Carter, and Amazing Grace. COVID canceled the festival. I know in our block when we watched the festival, we all sang the songs anyway, because that's what we did.
Festival broadcast a thing.
The festival broadcast a thing, and we watched it. We put up a screen on our block and all stood, 10 feet apart. But at the end, we all sang the songs anyways.
It's really changed a lot, but we still love it. It's still magical.